Hey, fifth graders. Today we're going to do a vocabulary breakdown for two words, only two. We've got biotic and abiotic. So let's go. The first word is biotic. Let's say it 3 times. Biotic, biotic, biotic. In a sentence, you might see biotic elements in a rainforest include trees, orchids, toucans, and lemurs. The definition of biotic is a part of an ecosystem that is or was once alive. So, in that case, some examples of biotic elements could include, in a forest, deer, grass, mouse, a worm, or an owl. And all of those elements could be either alive or dead, and they're still biotic elements. The confusing parts for this are, number one, that the words biotic and abiotic are so similar. A in front of a word means not in some cases. We can talk about things that are atypical, that means they're not typical, for example. Bio is a root word that means life. So a biotic element is one that is alive or was once alive. And an abiotic element is one that was not alive and has never been alive. So let's practice this for a minute. Your turn. One biotic element you may see in my backyard is blank. Make sure you're using a complete sentence. Make sure that you're using read and write if you can so that you're saying the word, because we want to practice saying the word before we practice going to the word and typing it. So if you can do it that way, go. All right, moving on. The next word is abiotic. Let's say it 3 times. Abiotic, abiotic, abiotic. In a sentence, you might see abiotic elements in a rainforest are soil, amount of precipitation, and temperature. Those are all factors that can change the environment even though they're not alive themselves. The definition is a part of an ecosystem that has never been alive. It does not have cells. It has not ever been alive. So some examples of things that are abiotic, they're not living, but they have a massive impact on an ecosystem could include the soil and its acidity. If the soil is very acidic, it may only be able to have some types of plants in it. The soil that is more basic, which is the opposite of acidic, could have different types of plants that can live in an area. The amount of water and its availability in an ecosystem can have a heavy impact on what types of plants can live there and what types of animals can live there. The amount of rain and its frequency can also have an impact on the living parts of an ecosystem. And the amount of pollution that is created by humans has an impact on what things can live there as well. All of these things are not living, but they have an impact on the things that are living. Now it is your turn. One abiotic element in my yard is, make sure you restate, you have a complete, you're using the word, and that you're using the text-to-speech if you can. Alrighty. From here on out, we miss you. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, friends.